Hey everyone, Oz here. I'm with another member of my community. So Adam and I have been on the phone for like, I don't know, how long we've been talking, Adam? Like 40 minutes or so, 30, 40 minutes?
Yeah, yeah, close to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been talking about his business. So for those of you who might not know, there are two levels to my training community. Most of you are aware of the BLB, what we call the Business Lending Blueprint. But recently we released another version for those like Adam who want to work with me one-on-one basis, like the one that we're doing right now. That's called the seven figure because Adam, when he joined my community, he was pretty decisive on what he wanted to accomplish. He wanted to build a seven-figure business. He didn't want to just make 5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand per month. He wanted to be in the seven-figure club, making millions of dollars, and his mind was set up, and it was a good fit for that program. When he joined back then, you didn't even fund any deals, Adam, right? When you joined the seven figure, you just went straight from the blue seven figure straight, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So then we've been working with them. I would say probably 3 months now, Adam. Right?
Yeah. At least 3 months. So see, I remember it was August. It was around maybe the end of August, early September.
Okay, so it's been more than that. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's like 5 months maybe. Awesome.
Hmm.
And you are things are crazy right now, right? We're just talking about like there's just I don't even know how we're gonna wrap up this interview. There's just a lot going on. But I wanted to bring him on because we do a lot of interviews with our members, and we have a couple of key members who already broke into the seven-figure area. And Adam, in a matter of a couple of months, will be joining the ranks of those people with what he has going on. He just has a lot going on right now. But Adam, for the community who might not know you, can you just give us a little bit about yourself and tell us about yourself?
Yeah. So my name is Adam. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, and business-wise, I've done uh, several different ventures. I've sold cars, sold mattresses, started an online drop shipping e-commerce business. Let's see what else. I've done several different things, and then was just looking for a good vehicle to get into, and that's how I got connected with O's. Was through an ad, and really liked the business model. So it was a great way to earn a living, and so yeah, I got connected, and since then it's been really neat. Very glad I did.
That's awesome news, man. I remember our one of our first conversations, and you were like, "Hey, man, Oz, I'm already running like a mattress business, and I'm doing okay, right? I'm like doing like 4 or 5K per month clear." And you're like, "Listen, that's all fine and nice, but I don't see the future of this being a seven-figure business. Is that there's a lot of limitations when you have a geography-based business, right? Because when you're selling mattresses to a certain location, you're not going to sell the same person 10 mattresses. There's a finite amount of people who can buy it. So you're kind of pushing that upper limit, and you're a smart guy. You notice that, but there's a ceiling. There's a
Yeah.
ceiling that I'm going to hit. So what do I do? And you tried different ventures, and you thought this would be the best vehicle. And I think so far you would agree that it provided to be the best vehicle out of all the things that you tried, right?
Yeah. I mean, the commissions are phenomenal. So like for you're able to leverage your time so much better versus different commissions, different products that you sell with margins. I mean, the average deal on a cash advance is usually
Yeah,
around
that's
2K. So
with you. We have a couple of seven-figure members, but with you, I guess the core of our conversation usually revolves around you trying to make the most out of your time. You have a very sensitive, I guess, sense of urgency when it comes to how you use your time. And you're in your 20s and you already figured out that that's the most expensive commodity that you have, right? So whenever I talk to you, you're always like, dude, this is like I don't want to do this. I don't want to spend my time on this. I need to spend my time on automation and growing the business and things like that. So what do you think about that? Because a lot of people lack that. They want to waste their time on things that wouldn't even give them an ROI, let alone grow a company. Where do you think that's coming from? Like when do you think you first kind of acknowledge that skill that you have?
with wanting to leverage, get like the highest and best use of my time would mainly be just because the my financial ambitions. Like I want to do very well financially, and the only way you can do that is through leveraging, your time, buying other people's time, outsourcing to where you can really, just get bigger versus just, you can only do so much by yourself.
Correct.
Mhm.
I think that's the recipe for failure, like making it really too big of a deal of yourself and thinking that if something needs to be done, I got to do it myself. I know you don't buy into that because from day one, your progress has been really, really interesting because I thought initially when I first met you, I thought you had a scattered mind. Like I was just talking to you and you want to do like so many things. I'd be like, dude, slow down. Like you're just, and then next fall, I found out you've done all of the things that we talked about already. Like within a week, I'm like, holy cow, this is an interesting case. So your mind works a little differently because of that habit that someone planted that seed in you. I guess at some point when you were younger, that your time is really, really important, and you got to leverage that as much as possible through buying other people's times. And as you know, that doesn't have to do much with having access to money, right? So it's not like, oh, you got all this money that you can just give it away to people to have them work for you. You kind of get resourceful, and you're really good at that. And that's kind of in a relatively short amount of time. Like in the beginning of the conversation, you were going through some numbers, and if you are okay with that, I want to share that with the community. So within the past 30 days or so, you hired 4 salespeople, and in the last 3 months, your total revenue went over $300,000, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's like more than $100,000 a month. And if we kind of multiply it against the entire year, that's more than $1 million in revenue. So you're definitely way above the pace of breaking $1 million in revenue in business. And this is all happening within the past 30 to 45 days. And when we first joined, you didn't know anything about this industry. You were the mattress guy with a good skill on marketing. So you knew how to do marketing. But for you, selling mattresses, cars, or e-com, the product didn't really matter. Like you were like, all right, so I need a vehicle to make this work because I'm going to the 7-figure club. So while today I see that you're already going there, that's no problem at all. But you had some key milestones along the way. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. It was one of the notes you put in the email, the appointment that you're booking with me for a one-on-one session. In one day, you generated the highest amount of revenue that you ever did. How much was the amount?
45K one day.
In one day, $45,000. So that's massive, which comes down to doing what's best for the customers, right? So a lot of customers, you kind of caught on the pattern really, really fast. And when you're talking to these people, yeah, they want money, but a lot of the times they might not even know what to do with the money, right? That's the thing, they just want it. You kind of seen that pattern and you wanted to add some kind of educational element to it that would combine the whole thing and make it a big picture, because that's the beauty of kind of learning as you go, the consultative approach, because you're not a hard closer. But at the same time, in a matter of 3 months, you went over $300,000 in sales. I think you're like almost the perfect example that I'm trying to convey to anyone who might not be even from this industry, because a lot of times I get the questions such as, oh, I don't have experience in the industry, or I haven't sold anything in my life, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so would you say that you don't really need to have those skills built up in order to accomplish something like what you're doing?
No, the sales skills, no, I mean, and also too, the product that we're selling, money, is it kind of sells itself. It's you don't have to be extremely versed in sales to
Right.
like when I initially started doing this, I had studied and learned for so long before I actually started taking action of taking the calls and kind of getting in there and seeing, how the conversations were going. And the biggest takeaway that I had was, man, I should have just started doing this earlier versus getting
Yeah.
so overwhelmed with,
Yeah.
oh, I got to know all this stuff. Like the conversations are like I could take to me, I feel like I could go take almost anybody and give them a 15-minute um, um, script of. I mean, of course, you want to know about the products and
Sure.
you want to take some time to learn all that stuff. But then once you have a decent understanding of what it is you're doing, actually uh, selling the doing loan brokering deals is not like it doesn't take um, a very high level of salesmanship.
Not at all, because like you said, you're selling the sexiest product on earth, which is money, right?
Hmm.
So it really, like, the person who's really interested, yeah, is it good to have sales skills? Sure, but we're not talking about like telemarketing, cold calling, or anything like that. If you set up your marketing funnel, which you've done a great job doing it the right way, people who come through that funnel, they already know what's going on. Like they want to talk to someone to get the funding, and all you're doing is just, give them the idea, plant the right seeds, ask the right questions, and that's pretty much all you have to do as far as the sales is concerned. So anyone who thinks that, oh, I don't have this skill, I don't have that skill, I have Adam here. Like, literally, he joined both the Blueprint and the Seven Figure without having sold anything in this industry. Like, he was selling mattresses, and within literally a couple of months, he built a Seven Figure company. And for him, as far as I think, I know him really well at this point, like, this is just the beginning for him. Like, this is definitely not, this is cool, but I know that this is not satisfying to him. Like, he's going to do way more than that. Like, I'm not going to disclose all the things that we talked about, obviously, but he has like massive plans and rollouts and things like that. That's why I asked him, like, what's the plan, dude? What are you trying to accomplish? Because, like you said, I know that we had like one or two calls that you were kind of focusing so much on the sales part, and we said, we got to stop that. Like, we just got to go ahead and just do it. Like, just
Hmm.
talk to people. They're just like you and I. They're not different. They're not from another planet. You just talk to them, and they kind of tell you what they need, and you supply the need they have, and that's pretty much it.
Exactly. Yeah. The thing that I really love about the whole financial space in this industry is the demand. The demand is so huge that I've sold several. I'm a real estate agent too, so
Yeah.
I've been in a lot of different vehicles, so to
Yeah.
speak. And one of the things that I, like I said, that I really love about this space is that the demand is there. And there's one thing that I heard you say, that there's two different types of demands. There's a met demand, and then there's an unmet demand. And definitely in the space, there's a huge demand, and it's also unmet. So it just makes doing it a lot funner.
Oh, 100%. So obviously you've been a part of the community so far. What would you say about the community that we have? Or because you are one of our quieter members. So in our community, not many people actually know you because you're not really active on Facebook. You just do your own thing and you spend your time. Somebody who's not a member yet, but maybe they're considering, or they're trying to see if this is the right industry for them, what would you recommend to them?
For somebody wanting to join the program or join the
Yeah.
seven figure?
Oh,
The
both, either or, because they can't really join the Seven Figure without the BLB yet.
Gotcha. Yeah, the program is, I mean, it's amazing. I still go back through it today. Like, I went through it yesterday. I go through it like every couple of days. There's some little piece of information that I'll go back and watch over again. But it's literally got everything in there, like step by, like I've bought a lot of different courses.
I know you did. Yeah.
Yeah, from
That's
a
why I
lot.
wanted to ask you that, because you're like me. I buy a lot of courses too. That's why someone who bought different courses can do like a clear comparison. That's why I wanted to know your opinion on that.
Yeah, like the course creator, like, I mean, it's phenomenal because I've bought so many courses that I thought, for the money I spent, thought they were good, but now having the comparison, I'm like, man, that, like, I spent all that money on that. You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
just because I've got something different references, but yeah, the course is, I mean, it's phenomenal. It's got everything you need to do what you need to do.
Awesome. And I haven't asked this question to you before, ever since you joined the Seven Figure. So Seven Figure obviously is different than the BLB. So there's a different dynamic to it. Um, do you think it was worth your time and your resources to join the Seven Figure? What kind of benefits did you think you got out of that?
Oh yeah, of course. Well, the main thing is, I mean, having access to you is just
fast tracked. A lot of questions. I mean, you go through a course and then you can come up with questions, and you can take you can go down the wrong path if you don't get some clarity on. But the main thing is, like, questions that arise, immediately being able to get understanding and clarity on what problems you're having, like, right away. So like when problems come up, boom, you have access to you, solve it, done. Go on to the next one, and then just that ongoing access that I've had to you over the past few months has been I've been able to move very quickly, put it that way.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you had to deal with. If we did not cater to them fast enough, that could have taken you to the wrong way. You would have found your way back again, but like we said earlier, time is the most important asset. So if you're losing 3 months, you can't buy that back, right? So you need to be able to make decisions fast, and hopefully you're making the right decisions fast.
Exactly. Yeah, the 7-figure program was money very well spent, put it that way, because the speed at which I was able to address issues, and I'm still doing to this day. So
yeah, you are. So this was actually one of our meetings, and we decided to do this after that. Hey man, like, I really do appreciate it. I do have a live meeting starting, and you have at 3:30, so I'll let you go. But I appreciate you being in the community, and I can't tell you how happy I am that you're growing beyond imagination. You imagined that for sure. You came with that intention anyway, so it's not a surprise to you. It's not a surprise to me anymore. So we'll definitely see you at the 8-figure club. But awesome job. I'm very, very proud of you, and honored to know you.
Yeah, definitely. And it's been great, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited to keep on rocking and rolling, and see what 2020's got in store.
Yeah, man, we'll do that for sure. Take care, buddy. Talk to you later.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.